In this video, we will demonstrate a word frequency query in NVivo Mac. So to do so, open the sample project Mac and go to the top ribbon, click on Query tab and select word frequency. A new window will open. You can select exact match only, or you can select include stamped words. I will select the include stem word to avoid redundant words. For example, and the words, I will change the minimum length to 5 instead of 3. Similarly, I will change the minimum length from 1000 most frequent to, for example, 50. You need to add files to it now. So you may add a full folder by selecting this tab of nodes, cases, memos, or externals. Or you may add selected items. In this case, I would like to select interviews. So I will click on files and on interviews, and I will go for all these files, transcripts. And I will press select. So at this point, I would run query. It will take a little bit of time. We can now see that the most frequent word is the word people, which has a word length of 6 letters, and it has a count of 153 times, which is 1.62% of the total weightage. And the similar words is just people. So we can see other stem words here, but in this case, it's just people. The word cloud is also given, which clearly shows in a glance that this data is about people, water, change, fishing, community, island. So in a glance, we can see what is there in this data set. If we want, we can also right-click and export it as a word frequency document, and can export it as a PDF document, as an image, but just by clicking OK. Similarly, if we can see some words like Henry, which we might like to add to stop list, and I'll show you in a minute about that. If we go back to summary tab, and we can save query by giving it a name. So for example, click on save query and give it a name and description. And by clicking on this little button, we can locate it at a specific folder. I will not do it for this moment. And if we come back to it and we select or highlight, for example, Command A, and all of it could be selected from the keyboard, Command A, and if we right-click, then we can export it as a Word document, or as a PDF, or as a text file, or even .csv as a spreadsheet Excel file. So we can save it in all these formats. And we can also run a text search query, which will open another kind of world, because we can then create a node of it. And we can just add some words to a stop list if we want. So in this case, I have highlighted all of them, but if we want, we can highlight 1 or 2 or 3 words, something like this, and right click and run a text search query or add to stop word list. If we add it to a stop word list, that is useful. For example, when we said the word Henry, if we click on Henry and add it to a stop word list, next time when we create a word cloud, the word Henry would not be there. That's very useful as well. If we just click randomly on the word development, for example, I think the word development is very interesting. So let's click on it. And if we click it, it will automatically run a text search query on that word, which means that then if I can look at the references, how the word development appeared in the text with a little bit of context set, and we can save it as a node, as a new node if we want, and locate it under cases or nodes. So I'll not save this at this point. To come back to the word frequency search, go to the bottom left corner and select Unsaved Query. You can close all queries once you are done with your word frequency by clicking on this little arrow and close all. This is the end of word frequency search.